So, Scott, I'm going to ask this question in a slightly different Star Trek kind of way, which is to say, imagine that there's been some sort of split, and now there's Scott, you, and there's another Scott. It's also you, but he's 22. What does older Scott say to younger Scott to take advantage of the situation of having old Scott? No offense, but old Scott, right? Access to old Scott for a year. What advice do you give young Scott?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say to just don't be afraid to ask questions. That I think that's very, very important. So actually, before I went to marketing, I have a teaching background, so I love teaching others and helping people grow. But I'm very hands off. Like I'm not going to be the person to stand over your shoulder telling you how to do everything. I want you to also learn and figure out on your own. So just don't be afraid to ask questions for people higher up. Don't be afraid to explore other roles within the department. Don't be afraid to help other people, which I've always been someone to help, but it helped me get further in my career. So always be available to help others in your department, and also be hungry to learn everything you can about marketing. I think that's very, very important, and to keep up on the times. There's marketing is always changing, technology
Yeah.
wise. Platforms are changing. Just keep up on it, and it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a long journey, and you're going to learn that marketing is always one of the first things to get cut in your career. So don't. And companies when they go through downturns, they tend to cut marketing. So don't be afraid to do stuff on your own as well as you're growing and learning, and learn from older self, right? Learn from me,
Yeah.
because it's going to help you go a little further.
I someone on another episode around this kind of topic had a great line, I think, which was, if you don't know, ask. Next week you'll still remember the answer, but no one will remember that you asked the question. That
That's a
was
great
pretty
quote.
good, right? No one will remember that you didn't know at one point, but you'll still remember that you know what you now need to know.